Hello, everybody, and welcome to TOFFEE BLUECAST. We are here back with another game. I can't believe this one's come that fast. I have Rob with me today, which I'm excited about. Pre-match talk: Everton v Doncaster. How are we doing, Rob?
I'm all right, Dan. I'm a little bit under the weather, so apologies for anybody who hears some coughing and sneezing and a bit of a raspy voice. But other than that, I'm okay. Hoping we can actually win a game of football tomorrow, so maybe I'll feel a little bit better if that happens. But look, we'll wait and see.
Yes, true. What we do on TOFFEE BLUECAST? If you're new to it, do hit that like and subscribe. Like it, put us about, and then it's worth us doing. So hit the like button early so you don't forget. And if you can subscribe, it just lets you know when we go live, and it costs nothing. So if you can get on that, we appreciate it. We need your support. Right. So we are going to go through this. We're going to do our lineups. We want you to put your lineups in the comments. A lot of regulars, a lot of Evertonians in the comments. That's why I do say when you get that link on X to click on the link and come over, because you can have a chat with some Everton fans. That's why we do this, to bring fans together. And we are going to give our team selection, and then we are going to finish with a score prediction. It's a nice, simple, quick show, but a bit of Everton fun. Just bringing Everton fans together, like a space. We need this game, don't we, Rob? We do need this game. Like, we've lost the first two. And something I don't want to mention, but I will mention it because I feel like as a channel, we need to keep some people up to date that ain't always up to date with stuff. Some Everton fans stay behind. I say some, two, probably three max, maybe even one Everton fan stayed behind at the train station and gave Mopay and Mopai a bit of stick and Holgate and shouted to them with anger and stuff like that. And can't be doing that. I mean, no matter what you think about the players or anything like that, you can't be taking it to the face. That's what I do think. You can't be pushing it on them like that. And it didn't look good. It didn't make Everton look good. It's not going to make players want to come to us. And we've got to be sensible. We have got to be sensible. I mean, I know those two games make you fuming. I was angry after those two games. I completely get that your emotions will be really high. But there's ways of going about it. And I think constructive criticism as well sometimes. I don't think you should say anything to the players. But if you have to say anything, it's just come on. We need you. We need you this season. Don't let us get into trouble. That's probably all it would be. But the way we went about it was definitely wrong. I didn't like it. A lot of people didn't like it. It was called out. And I do want to say, remember, we seen it with Richards for Aston Villa. A fan having an argument with Richards for Aston Villa. And it does happen. 1-2 fans that are put on the spotlight doesn't represent a whole fan base. It really doesn't. And people will twist it and say, oh, that's what all Everton fans are like. Have a look at the comments on the video. Have a look at the comments on the video and you'll see under what Everton fans are like. None of them agree with it. We don't want to be like that. Don't want to be toxic. We just want to be a good fan base, and we are a good fan base. So I'm sure it probably won't happen again now it's been called out. What do you think on that, Rob? I suppose we've got to touch on it, haven't
we? Honestly, Dan, I found the whole thing completely embarrassing. I was embarrassed to see that, to be honest with you. Like, yeah, okay, the lads were beaten. They were beaten by a much better team. Even with the strongest 11 possible, Spurs away would have still been a tough game. Hence the fact we've won 1 in 23 or something there. But I thought that particular guy, and I'm not going to spend too much time on him because he clearly needs to go and have a chat with somebody at home. But if football does that to you, put you in that state of mind, then maybe football's just not for you. Maybe just go home, go for a walk in the park. I don't know, take up oil painting or something, because for it to cause that level of stress and anger, you need to just move on. Life's not all that bad. And yeah, I was totally embarrassed by it, to be honest with you.
I'm not even saying you should get onto the players, but if you are looking to get onto the play, leave it in the stadium. Leave it in whatever happens in work stays in work. That's what they say. So As a
But
fan,
that, the thing as well, I was Mopay and Holgate. They never got on the pitch. The two of them never got on the pitch. I
no.
mean, fair. You're putting your anger in the wrong direction here. I know we're all frustrated. We want a few quid to spend. We want new owners. We want to be winning games of football. Nobody forced. Mopay didn't buy himself for 15 million quid. Mason Holloway didn't give himself a 72 grand a week contract. Like, this is just. I understand it's pent up frustration, but shouting at those two lads and making a fool of yourself on social media is the wrong way to go about it. So yeah, I just hope for his sake that the guy in the video in question, I hope he goes home and he's embarrassed about what he did, and I hope his wife or his kids say to him, "Here, you cop on, will you?" And, you know, leave it in the stadium as
I
you
don't.
say, because it was embarrassing.
I personally don't think he expected it to blow up like that, and I think he would look back and feel a bit embarrassed himself. So I don't think
Nah,
we
you
need to
would.
make a
You'd
bigger
be
deal of it
embarrassed.
than
You
what it
would.
was.
Yeah, you'd be
Yeah,
you'd be
you'd be
embarrassed. Would be
embarrassed
the
on
next
that,
day. You would.
and that's what I say. I honestly do think that nothing. We've touched on it because we always have to as a channel, because we have to say what we think on it. But at the end of the day, I don't think we need to think into it anymore. I think that would have got blown up. He
No.
would have looked back, been embarrassed, and I think it
Yeah.
probably will stop it. I do think it will stop it.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
it'll happen again, because when
Yeah.
people do stuff, anything like that now, they'll think, I don't want to be all over frigging X and
That's the
Facebook
problem,
and
in this
all
day and
over the
age. This
media.
day and age, you're only a mobile phone away from going viral by doing something silly. So, just
Exactly.
take a deep breath, relax, and the good news is we have another game now, 3 days later, and a chance to make things right. So, yeah, we'll see what happens.
So this is where we sort of by getting onto the players, getting behind the players, and the thing is, we've got a big game now. This game is massive in a way that we get to play the players that haven't got the Premier League experience, hopefully. So it's a big game on that part. And it's also, we just need to get a win under our belt for confidence. This is for me. I've never in a very long time, Rob, felt like a cup game is so big. Like, so early. Like against Doncaster, I'm thinking we need this so bad in so many ways, because there's so much we can get from this Doncaster game. Like, we can play players that we want to see. We can build our confidence, which we need. We can try and find a style of play, which I don't feel like we've seen either, Rob. So I think this game's massive, and we need it. I think we need a game like this to get going.
Yeah, I mean it's almost the exact same thing. Well, it is the exact same thing. 12 months on. Last season we played 3 Premier League games beforehand. I think we played, was it Fulham opening day? We got thumped 4-0 by Villa, and then we were beaten at home by Wolves, and then we had Doncaster in the cup on a Tuesday night. I think it was Beto's debut, and Beto come off the bench and score, and Danjuma I think got the winner. So it was it was what we needed last year. It was our first kind of win. Didn't immediately help us in the league. I think we played Sheffield United the week after and drew, but yeah, like it's just the same thing. 12 months on, we need to win the game. I mean, the last thing that can happen here is a giant killing or an upset or some sort of extra time penalty job or something like that. We need to win this game. We need to win it convincingly. We want to go out there. There should be 30,000 people at Goodison, really, because there's not many more chances to get to Goodison. I think they let the kids in for a fiver as well on a cup game, so it's great. There'll be plenty of families there. I think we need to beat them 2 or 3-0. I think we need to just put them to bed nice and early, get some of the kids and new signings a game, and move on and focus on the cup game, because that Bournemouth game on Saturday is absolutely huge. We don't want to go into that having been beat by Doncaster in the cup. I mean, can you imagine? Oh my god!
It's a do you know what? There's a lot of pressure on this game. There is a lot of pressure, because if people are talking about the sacking of Sean Dyche if we don't beat Doncaster in the cup, I don't like to talk about sackings, by the way. But I'm just saying, if Dyche does concede 7 goals in the Premier League and loses against Doncaster, it's a really bad start, and the heat does start to go on Sean Dyche if he doesn't get a win on this game. So there's massive pressure in this cup game, and we want a good cup run as Everton fans. Of course we do. We need a good cup run. Last season at Goodison Park, let's have a good cup run. We're not asking for too much. the comments are flooding in. If you can keep your comments coming in, we like them. Me and Caswell did say that this game needs to be our fresh start. We need to put new people in to give us something different to get behind. And it needs to be a fresh start. So put the 2 Premier League games behind you, put some new players in that we can take into the Bournemouth game and give us a new bit of hope. Do you agree with that, Rob?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those, isn't it? It's certainly a chance for lads like Jake O'Brien has to start. I'd play Ndai. I would play Lindstrom. At the end of the day, Doncaster are still 3 leagues below us. They're in the same league as Tranmere, who a couple of those lads played in the EFL Cup against last week. So the level's not any different. It's a good opportunity. It's a home game. They'll have 30-odd thousand people screaming and singing and getting behind them. It's a nice game to kind of be breaking into. 3 leagues below, good home crowd, Tuesday night under the floodlights. And on paper we win that game, and the new signings, shine, and they get themselves a spot in the team and they hold on to it. I mean, this happened with Brantwaite last year. I think Michael Keane started the first couple of games of the season, and he brought Brantwaite in to partner Tarkowski, and Brantwaite never left the side. He was in and he stayed there. And the same thing can happen again. Like if Lindstrom comes on, we have no wingers really. We've no pace. We've nobody who puts the ball in the box. If Lindstrom gets on and starts beating players and putting balls in the box, he's going to keep a spot. That's what we need. So it's an audition for those players as well. But they've got to take their chance, because the, the 11 that are playing at the moment are not pulling up any trees. So, get in, take the jersey off them, keep your spot, and, you'll be in for the weekend. So it's an audition. It's a huge game for some of these lads.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think it's a massive chance, and I hope Dyche gives the players the chances, because I think if you don't get a chance this game, it's wrong for Dyche not to give them a chance. And I did just see someone put on X that Dyche is looking to play the new players. He needs to get them fit in these games. So I'm hoping that's true.
Yeah,
So
it's just a case of what he does.
Lineup, Rob. You mentioned lineup, and I've just put it on the screen straight away. I mean, we'll flow through this nicely. We want you in the comments. This is what we always do. We go live to bring Everton fans together. So we want to find out what you think. We just want loads of Everton fans letting us know what you think. That's what the TOFFEE BLUECAST is about, bringing us together. So should we do it together? Can we agree on doing a lineup together, or do you think it's going to be completely different?
We'll do a joint 11 maybe, and we'll make a case for each position, and see how it goes.
Let's see if we have a fallout. Yeah, see if we have a fallout. Right. Let's start with the goalkeeper. Who should we put in goals here?
Okay, so to me, Virginia's going to play. Part of me would like to put Pickford in because of the howl of the weekend. I'd like him to get in and get that behind him.
I was thinking as well.
But I think Virginia's going to play because he played all the cup games last year. That's my only logic here. I don't think we'll see Begovic.
We have got Begovic as well now, haven't we? Do you think Begovic could come into the?
I think Virginia's number 2 in my opinion. I think he'll play. As I said, I throw Pickford in. I'd say get in and put that Tottenham game behind you, but I don't think you will. I think Virginia plays.
Do you know what worried me? I think when Pickford, by the way, has been fantastic, and I'm not jumping on his back, but he did have a rare bad game, and I think when he made that mistake, he could have come out later on to punch the ball away with the header, and he did look like it hit him. He looked fragile after that mistake. So I can see where you're coming from, Rob, on the thoughts of maybe chucking Pickford in to boost his confidence back up for Bournemouth. Do we need to do that? Because the problem is, if you just leave Pickford out the side and put Pickford back in against Bournemouth, his last game was all those errors. And will they still be in his mind? So I get where we're coming from. So are we going Pickford or Virginia? Should we go Virginia?
I mean, Hart says Pickford, but I don't see him playing. I think Virginia will play, truthfully.
Yeah, normally I would just say this. I would normally just say him, but like I say, with Pickford not doing so well. I understand if Pickford does come in. Are you happy with this formation that we've got? Keep people get your
And
lineups in the comments.
I tell you why I'm happy with it, because if you recall, myself and yourself did a game last year. Would it have been Luton in the FA Cup? And Luton beat us, and me and you jumped on afterwards, and everybody was going mad in the comments about the formation. We played 2 up front that day, and I remember saying, "Don't worry about it, because we're never going to play that way again for the rest of the season." And we didn't. We never played 2 up front again. So I think the cup games, I think it's fine to mix personnel, but I don't think you should be mixing formation. If he knows what formation he's going to play, you need to play that in the cup game, because those new players who come in need to play in the formation that they're going to play in on the weekend. There's no point putting them on and playing a 4-3-3 or the 3 at the back and then full backs and wing backs and all. Like, if we're going to play 4-4-1-1 or 4-1-3, whatever we're going to do, it has to be the same. So I think if this is what we're looking at, this is what we're going to do, and he shouldn't go crazy, because that'll just confuse people.
Yeah, I think we do need to find something that we can take into the Bournemouth game. We need to use this to find a recipe, because those 2 games we've got nothing. So we need to use this game to find a recipe to take into the next game. So we can't just play around with something that we're not going to use. I completely agree with you.
Exactly.
So let's right back.
Exactly.
Who are we going right back there? Get your lineups.
I'm keeping Dixon.
Who are we going right back?
I'm keeping Roman Dixon plays again for me. It's harsh to take him out. He did reasonably well. I don't think he's going to play against Bournemouth, but this is a perfect chance to get him in and give him another 90 minutes. Get him in, give him a chance. Why not? Why not?
If Dixon's not on this, then I'm a bit gutted. All right, they should be up to date. He's not going to be on it, is he?
Tell you what we'll do for the fun. We'll put Ashley Young there, but we'll all know that it's Roman Dixon. Fair enough.
Do you think Ashley Young could play there, though?
No, he's a no.
Do you think he could play there? Are you scared about that a little bit or not?
I think Ashley Young is going to play against Bournemouth. That's exactly why I think Dixon's going to play tomorrow, because I think Young is back in the weekend.
Just seeing if I can find him. I'm gutted. I mean, they need to update it and get Roman Dixon in, because he is unbelievable.
Well, we might have a similar problem later, because I believe. Do
you know what we're going to do?
I believe
do you know what we're going to do? We're going to put Nathan Patterson there, but we all know he's injured. But then we're going to change his name. We're going to change his name to Dixon, so we know Dixon's there. That's the way we're going to do it. We're not going to confuse everyone. He was fantastic though. What did you think of him last game?
I thought he did well. It was a tough game for anybody. I always remember Seamus Coleman's debut. It was Benfica. We got beat 5-0, and it didn't do him any harm. So I wouldn't worry too much about Dixon. I think he'll be okay. I'd get him in again and give him another 90 minutes. And it's hard when you've got some running at you. Doncaster, hopefully you're not going to have anybody cause them too many trouble. So get him back in, see what happens.
No mistakes though. I mean, it's crazy for me to say Dixon had a good game when we got battered, but generally none of the goals come from his side. He had a lot of one-on-ones that he won, and he looked fantastic, and he's very fast. The only thing that worries me about him is his size, but he does look strong as well, and he does look feisty. So I think Coleman was never big.
You know what?
He had the speed and he had the power.
He's only going to learn by playing. I'd be honest. I thought he looked. I didn't think his passing was phenomenal, but he's only going to learn that by playing. I thought his passing was, hit and miss. I'd love to see the passing stats actually to how many he completed. I wouldn't say it was any higher than 70%, because he did give a couple of stray balls away. But he needs to play, and it was a great opportunity for him.
Yeah, I think this game is passing. That Spurs, what a game that was to put you in. But the problem is, I don't think he had no one to pass to. Sometimes there was one run, Rob, where Dixon he ran all the way through. Can you remember? Dixon ran through the middle of the pitch, and he was going, and he was thinking, "Go on, Dixon." He ran straight through the middle, and then he looked up, and he had no one to pass it to, and just passed it to them. And I thought, "Come on, give Dixon an option."
That's the problem. That's the problem. These senior pros are letting him down by going missing, and that's the problem. So yeah, hopefully tomorrow.
Right, on to the Get your lineups in the comments, and we'll read them out after this, and we'll finish with score predictions. That's what we do. Right, here we go. Who we going here?
My
Gotta
my
go
best
Brian,
friend
surely.
Jake O'Brien. My best friend Jake O'Brien is making his Everton debut tomorrow. Get him in, and he's going to score as well. I'm letting you all know that now. He's going to score, and yeah, get him in, and this is his chance. Once he's in, he's not coming back out.
I know Jake O'Brien's got to be on this. He's Leon. Here we go. There he is. Jake O'Brien. We'll get him in. He's
Get
there.
him in.
I
think
want
the
to see
next
him. I
centre
want to
half-
see him, and I'm convinced
Yeah.
he will score, Rob. I am convinced if Jake O'Brien. I know it's crazy because he's a centre back, and all you should be worried about is him doing his defensive work. But I'm telling you, when you whip some crosses in, Jake O'Brien's going to put it in. I love him. Who are we going here then?
I think this is a tough one. Tarkowski shouldn't play. He didn't look fit against Tottenham. I know there was rumours he was injured going into the Tottenham game. I suspect that he was asked to do a job there because playing Holgate and Keane could have been horrific. I wouldn't risk Tarkowski here. I wouldn't play him. I unfortunately think Michael Keane will play beside Jake O'Brien. It's not what I want. I think it's what will happen. I think it's crazy to risk Tarkowski if he's carrying
Roy
a knock.
Keane, or should we put Roy Keane there, or
I
Roy's
wish it
Keane,
was Roy
Moyes
Keane.
Keane?
I wish it was Roy
Yeah.
Keane. It's crazy to risk Tarkowski in a game like this. If he gets seriously hurt and missing, and we have to rely on Michael Keane for a prolonged period of time, we're in big trouble. Thankfully, I think we can get away with playing Keane tomorrow. So get him in, and hopefully it's the last we see of him tomorrow. But I do think he'll play.
No, I agree with you. I mean, I'll prefer Tarkowski and O'Brien because I want to see that partnership for the Bournemouth game. I feel like we need to see that partnership. If Tarkowski is fit, and he's got to be 100%, if there's any doubt, no. But if he is fit, but I do think, and Michael Keane, I wouldn't trust him against Bournemouth. If we have to, then fair enough, I'll get behind him. But I do think he can handle Doncaster. And if he can't,
Yeah, well, you would
I'll
hope
be
so.
fuming.
The one good thing about Michael
All right,
Keane is
next-
he'll stick his head on anything. That's the only thing about him, you know. And if Doncaster do lump balls into the box, which you would suspect they will, he should be able to clean those up. The problem with Michael Keane is on the balls at his feet. But I don't suspect that will be a problem tomorrow.
No, I think he'll be all right. I do think he'll be all right. And hopefully O'Brien can liven him up. And the fact he's got O'Brien next to him might make him better. I don't know. Who we going left back? Did you think Mikalenko was a bit off it against Spurs?
I think Mikalenko has to play. I think he's been poor this season. I think it's a case of he's got to play through a bad patch. Plus, I don't think there's anybody else we can play there. So I think Mikalenko needs to play. I'd like to see a bit more from, Doncaster, with all due respect, not a Premier League team. I'd like to see him potentially run past the halfway line. I think Mikalenko needs to up his game. I don't think he's been great certainly the last 2 games. Now, I know he got a knock in the Euros. I appreciate that. Playing for Ukraine, but he's our left back. He's our only left back, and we need him to play his way into good form. So I think he'll play tomorrow.
Yeah, we ain't got many options there, but I do think Mikalenko probably needs this game as well, because I don't think he had the best game against Spurs, and he did get caught out the other game as well with a couple of letting players get crosses in. So, but I love Mikalenko. He's magic, and I just want him to be back to what he finished the season on. So Mikalenko's in.
I'm not going to give him. I'm not going to give him a hard time.
This is where it gets a bit spicy now, isn't it? Centre midfield. What are we doing here?
So, I suppose I can't pronounce his name.
We need him.
Tim has to play. Tim has to play. And it's again, he's going to play.
You know what? I've started to learn how to say these names, Rob. These names, I think it's Irabinum.
Irabinum. Right, well, he'll play, and I think
Irabinum. We'll go with that.
Never be on him. He'll play, and I think he should play as well. Like he only played, he hasn't played a lot of. But he's played 2 Premier League football games. I think he played once for Villa, and the rest was in the Championship for QPR. So these minutes are not going to do him any harm. Keep him in there. He's done reasonably well. First game he was very good. Did okay against Spurs as well. Yeah, get him in there. Let's see what he can do against. The pressure is going to be on him now to get the ball and play a bit through midfield and actually create some chances. So yeah, look, keep him in. No harm at all. It's another 90 minutes. Won't hurt him at all.
Right. On to do you know what? I don't know whether we're on the same wavelength. Me and Rob haven't spoken before this. I'm thinking of resting.
Sorry, you'll
I am
have to say that again. Then you cut
thinking
out
of
there.
giving him a bit of a rest. He is getting older. Sorry, I'm thinking of resting Gone Gay. I've got it in my mind. What do you think?
Yeah. I drop him. I drop him for this game. He's again. He can't play 38 games this season. James Garner's going to come in, and I think they're going to rotate. I wouldn't play him tomorrow. No, I agree. Completely agree.
James Garner's not available, is he?
No, we need him back.
Would you play? This is hard now. See, this is to any Everton fans listening. This is why we need a centre midfield. This is why I've been crying out for Ward-Prowse. If you've seen me on X, I've been crying out for Ward-Prowse because I just want Ward-Prowse to sit here, link up with a Robin and do a couple of 1-2s, ping it out to the wingers, and come on the edge of the box and score one of those goals that Basuma scored. So some Everton fans are saying Ward-Prowse he's only good at free kicks. But when I watched him for Southampton, he's the captain. He sits in front of the defence and he loves to move the ball about. He's very good with his feet. And I'd love Ward-Prowse, but some people might be different to me. I just think we do need a centre midfielder. I really do. Because this isn't the fact that we're so low on bodies in the centre midfield. Even the only person that we've got to come back is James Garner. So we've nearly got everything we've got.
Yeah, I mean, what I would do here now. This is just me. This isn't.
Go on, tell me.
Me and Dan haven't spoken. We haven't spoke about this, so this would be what I would do because I think the elephant in the room in the Everton team is Decore. I think he's basically completely anonymous playing in that number 10 role, but he can still do a job playing a lot deeper. I think Decore should play him beside Erabunum as 2 centre midfield players.
You know what?
And I think Dwight McNeil should play number 10 because Dwight McNeil has no pace, but he has a decent shot on him and he's creative enough with the ball at his feet. I think this is a great chance to play McNeil number 10 and just see if he has anything about him. So I would go to Corey.
I'm kind of with you here. This is me and Rob doing a team together, so this isn't easy, by the way, because everyone's got different opinions. I'm kind of with you. I was thinking, this is where I'm at. Do we drop Decore in?
I think Decore has to. I think he has to play deep. I think Decore. Well, I'm not saying he can't play Armstrong, but I don't think he'll start. I've been totally honest with you. I think Dyche is going to give the signings a chance. I think Armstrong will get 20 minutes off the bench.
Oh, come on.
This is just what I think, by the way. This is not what I want. But I think Decore plays in the middle with Tim, McNeil number 10, and then we're going to completely change the front three. And we're going to see what happens. And if we're 2 or 3-0 up, I think Armstrong gets a run out. I think, let's see, who else? Jensen Metcalf, I could see getting a run out. So, that's exactly how I'd have it there, Dan, yeah.
So, like I said, we're getting there, people, and get lineups in the comments because we want to see your lineup. We want to know if you agree with us, and we want your lineups, and we'll finish on score predictions. I do like doing this. To be fair, I do like doing it. It's quite interesting because I often feel, Rob, that this is the biggie to see what combination we can pull out because we might take this into Bournemouth. Right? Are we going? We're going Njai here. I take it.
Yeah. Njai and Lindstrom on the wings. Give them a chance. Why not? And get the big man in the middle and get some balls in the box, and let's see what happens.
So, Beto did score, like you said,
Yeah.
and he did it the post as well. So we could have scored a brace against these last time.
And he
I'm not
got
going
he
to
got
lie,
two against
Calvert-Lewin.
Tranmere in the EFL Cup.
Yeah,
And truthfully, I don't think Calvert-Lewin will be an Everton player in 7 days' time. So we need to
it's
start
going to be
getting better on the pitch.
interesting. Did just see us look. I mean, the rumor today that we've gone in for. Is it for Fofana from Chelsea? Maybe on loan. I don't know how
Funny,
true that
yeah,
rumor
yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I heard
don't know.
Calvert-Lewin was supposedly off to Chelsea, so I'm sure that there's a deal to be made there. I'm not sure he's the answer, but it's quite obvious. Well, I say quite obvious. It's a guessing game. I don't think Calvert-Lewin wants to be at Everton. He's clearly not going to sign a new contract. He doesn't look that interested. Um, so get him out the team. And that 11 there is what I suspect will start the game tomorrow. And I think it's a good
That is,
11. I think it's more than
yeah.
enough to win that game. And then hopefully, if we're 2 or 3 nil up, we can get Jensen Metcalf on the pitch. We can get Harrison Armstrong on the pitch, and yeah, see what happens. And that's not to say
I
Jack
am
Harrison
proud
can't
of
come
us.
on. Yeah,
No,
I like
I
it.
think Jack Harrison needs. I think Jack Harrison needs. He needs. He's had loads of chances. He hasn't been bagging goals. He hasn't been doing anything spectacular. So just sitting back, give someone else a chance, and like you said, see what the other players have got. Let Lindstrom have a go.
Do you know what I like
I'll
about the team,
probably,
Dan?
I would have done the same with McNeil, Rob. If we had the chance, I probably would have rested McNeil as well. But I don't disagree with what you said to see if he can. I feel against Doncaster, McNeil on the edge of the box might smash a few goals in, and it could boost his confidence. I think McNeil's a confidence
Yeah,
player,
I
so
just
if you look where we put McNeil, it's okay.
yeah, I think it's a good game to try him there. Look, we've done the McNeil thing for 2 years now. We all know what he's going to do. He's going to cut back. He's going to turn inside. He can't use his left foot. Like, I'm fed up of seeing it. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Let's
Can't
mix it
pass,
up.
can't pass with his
This is
left foot.
the perfect game to try it. And yeah, who's to say that the two wingers don't flood the box with balls? Who's to say Beto doesn't get on the end of things? Who's to say McNeil doesn't hit one from 25 yards? Who's to say Decore, because we're not relying on him to win second balls, doesn't control the game from the middle of the park? Um, let's see what happens.
We
But we're not going to
what I
learn anything unless we make changes. We're not going to learn anything. So we have to try
no, we're
something.
not. We need something different, and that's what me and Caswell said on the last thing. We need something fresh that we can say, "Wow, let's take this." I don't want to see us do what we did Roma. See something that looks good at the end of the Roma game, then completely not take it into the Premier League. Whatever works this game, because we've been so shy the first two games. Whatever works this game, we give them a chance. If Lindstrom plays amazing, let him play Bournemouth. And Jai, if he plays amazing, let him play Bournemouth. If McNeil smashes that number 10 position, let him play against Bournemouth. If Better scores goals, let him play against Bournemouth. Whatever the players do this game, make it be for something. Like, literally, don't just let them have a good game here and
Yeah,
then just
and,
knock
and,
us
and the
back
other
against.
thing is
That's
as
not how you
well,
do things.
and it's for the players who aren't playing. Like this this break will do Tarkowski the world of good because he's clearly not fit. Ganagay is 34. This break won't hurt him. If Beto scores 2 goals, Calvert-Lewin can't play the weekend. No chance. He's done nothing to prove he should. If Lindstrom puts 4 or 5 balls in the box, Jack Harrison can't come back in because he doesn't do that. So, it's a great chance for these guys. And I think that team is more than good enough to put these guys to bed early, get the
Completely agree.
stress in the
I like
stadium
our
all the
team.
way down, and make a few changes, get some of the kids on, and save the important bodies for Bournemouth and go again. And please God, that's what happens. Because if it goes wrong tomorrow, like, oh my God, like, I can't even bear to
No, no,
think
no,
what
no,
it'll be like
no.
on social media between Tuesday night and Saturday morning. It'd just be dreadful.
I get why Everton fans are depressing. 7 goals in 2 games is depressing, but at the end of the day, you can't live and stay in that hole, that depressing hole. You've got to bounce back. Some Everton fans, when I said, "Oh, we're going to beat Doncaster," they goes, "No, we won't." I'm like, "Oh my days, come on!" So I know you're frustrated, but seriously, we have to move on and we have to try and beat Doncaster. You can't let yourself fall into a hole, otherwise we will have a bad season. Right, Rob, what do you think of these? Then we'll get them on the screen, everyone. If you haven't got your lineup in, get it in quick. Paul Caswell, what do you think of this one? Virginia, Dixon, Tarky, Brian, Miko, Lindstrom, Takore, Armstrong. He's put in. We did think about that, didn't we?
Yeah, that look. I'm not saying he won't. I'm just thinking from Sean Dyche here. I'm thinking that might be one change too many. I disagree about Tarkowski playing. I think it's a huge risk. I think he played as a favour potentially on Saturday. I don't think he's fit. I don't think he'll play, but we'll see. Same again.
No,
I
I
just
don't.
don't see it
As I
with
said,
Tarkowski.
Rob, I don't like risking Tarkowski, but I do really want to see what Tarkowski and O'Brien play like together because I don't want Keane and O'Brien to play together against. I would like them to get some sort of partnership, but I don't
Yeah,
want
I
to
mean,
risk. If Tarkowski's out for us this season, that's trouble.
If Keane plays against Bournemouth, you can just imagine at 2 o'clock on Saturday when the team news comes in. Just give Tarkowski a rest, get him back in on Saturday alongside Jake O'Brien and beat Bournemouth and go into the international break on a high, back-to-back wins. Because we need him, and this is not the game to risk him. It's really not.
Everything Everton, we love you. I love people getting involved in the comments because that's what we want. We generally want new people on all the time and our regulars. We love you. Pickford, Miklenko, O'Brien, Tarkowski, Dixon, Tim Armstrong. We knew he's going to go for Lynch, Harrison, and Jai and Beto. Yeah, we're very similar here. I know a couple of people are chucking Dixon in, but here we go. Next one: Pickers, Dixon, Tarky, O'Brien, Miko, Tim, Garner, Lindstrom, and Jai, Harrison, Better. Very similar to ours, isn't it? I think the only doubts that Rob is saying is we can't afford for Tarkowski to be out for the sake of a cup game that we could win probably with Michael Keane. So I get that, and the
Yeah,
Armstrong thing
other
we're
than
not
that,
against
I
Virginia.
mean, like I assume when they say Harrison here, they mean Jack Harrison. Look, Jack Harrison could play, but what's the point? What are we going to learn from playing Jack Harrison against Doncaster? Why not give Lindstrom and Dye a chance out wide and mix it up a little bit? I still think McNeil has to play number 10. That's not to say he will. I've no evidence to suggest he will, but I see him there. I remember a goal against Fulham last year. I remember a goal against Newcastle where he's kind of in the number 10 area, left foot, far post. He just seems like he could do a bit of damage there. And with all due respect, Doncaster are not Tottenham. We're going to have 70% of the ball. Uh, have some shots. You know, we had one shot against Tottenham. We haven't scored a goal this season. Let's pepper this goal with shots and see what happens.
Yeah, we just get us fans back happy again. Just get us fans back happy again. Seriously, because I can't be all arsed with all this negative crap on social media. I can't be arsed. The best way to stop Everton fans from being angry is to win a game. To win a game and let us be happy. You can't. It's amazing because you go on X after we lose. Oh my God, you don't want to go on it. But if you go on X after we win, no one can moan about anything. They generally can't moan. It shuts everyone up, and we're happy. We celebrate. We get excited. We watch the goal over and over again. We start to think players are good again, and that's what we need. That's what this game's all about. So just let us get behind them. I hope I've got all your lineups on. Emma, I was looking for yours, but I couldn't find it. If I missed it, I'm really sorry. But I hope I've got all your lineups on. That was mine and Rob's lineup. It says there's been 508 people that have tuned in. It tells us who's come on from X, so the numbers from that. If you can come
That's
over
not bad, is
and
it?
like it
That's a
on
decent
YouTube,
number now.
yeah, we're
500 people
going
on a
up.
Monday
Let's just
night
get
is
the
not bad going.
views up.
We're getting there.
make it worth us coming on. Come and watch our stuff. And we just want to hear from you anyway. So it's not just about us, it's about you as well. Get involved. It's only like a space. Right. Here we go. This is the big one. We haven't got an opposition fan on. We have got 2 Everton fans, so it might be a bit Everton biased, this. But score prediction. Score prediction, everyone. Get your scores in and get moving. Can't sing. We don't know the meaning of losing yet, can we? Come on, we've got to win a game to start singing that.
I don't know the meaning of scoring.
Do you know what? It makes it, for me, I love singing Everton songs, but when we're shit, it's hard to sing any song. Do you agree with that?
I don't know about that. We're all pretty excited in my house at the potential Oasis reunion tomorrow. So I've been singing Oasis songs all day. So I can sing, yeah. So yeah, please God, 8 a.m.
Rob's on it, £100 a ticket, Oasis. But no, Everton songs like we don't know. We don't know the meaning of losing. That's what we sing for Everton. But we've lost 2 games. We fight with all of our might, and us fans are all frigging arguing and stuff at the minute. So are we fighting with all of our might as fans? I don't know. We need to liven up and we need to get things right. But let's do this then. Score prediction, Rob. I'm gonna chuck it on you first, and then I'm gonna tell you mine, and we'll get the comments on.
Yeah, I think we win this fairly handy. Actually, I'm actually not concerned about this at all. I'm gonna go with, I think 3-0. I think what'll happen is I think it'll be cagey. I think we'll be 1-0 up at half time. And then I think we'll get a couple of late goals when the game is stretched and our quality starts to show. Maybe we bring 1 or 2 lads off the bench. I think Beto will score because he scored last year. So let's redo that again. I'm gonna give Lindstrom a goal because I remember his free kick in pre-season, and we don't score free kicks. We just don't. So I'm going to give Lindstrom a free kick. I was so tempted to go with Jake O'Brien, but actually I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. And if Dwight McNeil plays number 10, Dwight McNeil is going to score from outside the box with the left foot. So we're going 3-0, McNeil, Lindstrom, Beto.
3-0, McNeil, Lindstrom, and Beto is Rob's score prediction. I'm going to give mine. Is your lad about? Should we get your lad's score prediction and my daughter's score prediction after mine?
Yeah, where is he? Let's yeah. You give yours and I'll go try find.
Let's get the score predictions.
Go on.
We're gonna have a minute silence while we get the kids. What do you think the score's going to be? I'm back, baby. There you go. We're getting the kids in the house. The little Evertonians are going to give the score prediction. We'll put yours on the screen after. Here we go.
Now, can you say hello?
Hello.
Now.
How we doing?
Hello.
Are you all right, mate? Are you good?
Good.
Now, Helian's going to say hello to you. Look.
Hello.
Now, do you think Everton are going to win tomorrow? Everton going to win 3-0?
Yeah.
Yeah, say 3-0.
3-0.
3-0, good boy.
3-0. That is a really good score. 3-0.
Yeah.
3-0, that's a good
there
score.
We
that
go.
is.
Yeah, say 3-0.
Is it not working? Don't worry. 3-0 is his score prediction. Eliana.
What?
Everton, Doncaster tomorrow.
Like it?
What's the score going to be?
Look.
What is the score going to be? Everton, Doncaster. Let them know.
2-0.
2-0. 2-0, Rob. She's gone for.
She's gone for 2-0. Well, that's okay. If one of them get it right, then we'll have a decent Tuesday night.
See if the kids can get it right. So you're going 2-0. Who's going to score? Who's going to score?
We're talking. Look.
Mate, you can't act shy because you've run the channel last time. Who do you think's going to score? Quick, tell them. Well, we don't know. We've just talked about the lineups. Beto could play. Lindstrom could play. Decore could play. You- Beto. Anyone else?
Beto.
You got one more.
Decore.
Beto and Decore is what Eliana is going for. That is your spotlight. See you later.
There you go.
Bye.
Great job. Well done. Say
There
bye.
we go.
Bye.
Bye.
Right, so they are your score predictions. We've got Rob went for 3-0. Did you
Yeah.
go for 3-0?
3-0, the Beto,
Great minds
Lindstrom,
think
and
alike.
McNeil. Well, this is Rob Jr.
Your lad said the same.
He said the same as me because he likes to see his daddy happy.
Rob
don't you?
Jr. Says 3-0 as well. I've seen him in the Everton kits, Rob Jr.
Yes.
3-0 he's saying. Eliana says 2-0. And I'm going for, do you know what I'm going for? I'm going to go for 5-0. 5-0, Rob. Is he going for it? 5-0, what do you think? Is that too much? You think that's too much, 5-0?
Sorry, my thing was muted, I think, with the can you hear me now? Sure, my mic working? Gone? Wait a sec.
The headset seems to have stopped working now for some reason.
Daddy,
Yeah,
can we drive now?
just 2 secs.
Daddy, can we drive
Yeah,
now?
2 secs. Now,
Are we back now?
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? What the heck? Everton
Can you hear me? Can you
Yeah,
hear
I can
me?
hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
can you hear me?
sorry. I think my headset got unplugged and I'm not sure what happened there. Anyway, we're back.
We
Great,
are back.
okay.
This is
We'll
what
start with
this is what happens when we get the kids on. This is what happens when we get the kids on. Eliana probably put me on
Exactly.
mute. Your lads probably put you on mute. Right, here we go.
Pulled
So
the
my
wire
score
out.
prediction is 5-0. 5-0, Rob.
Look at
What do you
this.
think? 5-0. Is that too much? 5-0?
Let's not be on the realms of possibility that Everton could beat a team 3 leagues below them 5-0. But I think you might be asking a bit too much there, Dan. I think, I'd settle for 2-0, like your little one said. I'd go to bed pretty happy if that happened. But
Yeah.
hey, look, if it was 5-0, I'd be doing backflips. So why not? Why not?
Do you know what? I'm not actually saying 5-0 like that deluded person where I think, but I generally think Doncaster, could it be 5-0? Could we beat Doncaster 5-0? If we score early, if we score 2 or 3 first half, could we beat them 5-0? We should be beating Doncaster 5-0, even though we haven't been that good. I don't know. I'm going 5-0. I'm sticking with 5.
We didn't beat them 5-0 last year. We were 1-0 down last year, actually. Beto came on at half time and we beat them 2-1. And we limped over the line. But please God, it's a little bit more straightforward than that. Please God.
Exactly. Everything Everton has gone. My goal score is 5-0. I'm going to just put this quickly. I can't not say. My goal score is 5-0 will be Lindstrom, McNeil, Beto, and Jai and O'Brien. I'm going to go for a different goal scorer, all different goal scorers. So Lindstrom, O'Brien, Beto, and Jai, and they are my goal scorers. You knew what there was. Everything Everton has gone 3-1. Mikolenko, and Jai and Beto.
Me.
Let's get your scores on.
Daddy.
Here we go. By the way, I am thinking to a regular and on. I am thinking of doing a live watch. I don't know yet, but I might do a live watch just to get the views up and get us about a bit more. I might do a live watch on this game. I'm not sure. 2-1 Doncaster. Is that 2-1 Doncaster? It is.
I believe so. I believe somebody thinks they'll be enough there.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Take it back. Take it back now, yo. Right. No, but we do like you to be honest. If the Blues sometimes has us losing, where is he tonight? The Blues, we're missing you. Emma, 2-1. Can't see a clean sheet, unfortunately. So Emma is going 2-1. Emma does get it right sometimes. Not the legendary draw that you did on the international games. Eugene, he's kind of on my territory. He's going for Everton 4, hat-trick for... I thought you said hat-trick for Decore then. Hat-trick for Beto and a goal for Decore. Paul Caswell is going for 3-0 at half-time, 5 subs at half-time, and we finish 4-0. I love it. This is specific. This is Dukes, Beto ×2, Mope off the bench. It just wouldn't surprise me with what's gone on. Don't care what the score is as long as we win. I don't care, but we just like to have a bit of fun if we know how the game's going to go. Darren, thanks for getting involved. 3-1. Enjoy Lindstrom and Beto. Don't know who's scoring for them, but I don't know the players, so I can see why you probably left it out.
Well, I think we all know who's scoring for them.
Right.
We all know who's going to score.
Who's
it's
that?
going to be Michael Keane. Michael Keane on goal. Has to be.
It was. Can I just say, by the way, when Eliana come down, we must have pressed buttons and I muted myself. So I kept thinking it was Rob that was the hinder, and it was me. It was me. Of course it was. It was me putting myself on the mute.
I was blaming this guy.
It was me. Don't worry. It was me. Is there any more score predictions, people? No. That's all the score predictions. That is all the score predictions in. Thanks everyone for coming on. It says 556 people have clicked on the channel. Whether you've stayed on or not, we don't know. But we get told the X numbers, the YouTube numbers, and it says 556. But the X numbers often don't go over to YouTube. So if you can hit that link, go over and like it as well. We love it if you can do that. We want to come off the stream one time and see like 200 likes, 3,000 views, and it just makes us think, you know what, it was worth going on the channel and it was worth bringing you Everton fans together. So get behind us, please. We keep asking for it because we've only been going one season, so we need to ask you to get behind us. We want to be a channel that brings loads of Everton fans together, not just a few. Rob, loved having you, Rob. How did you find that? All right?
Yeah, thanks for having me on. Thanks for having me on. I'm sorry about the sniffles and the coughing and all that, but do you know what? I'm going away on holiday next week, so I just need to stay in and get better, and hopefully Everton win a couple of football matches, and hopefully Oasis get back together and everything will start to look a little bit better in my household. Please God.
Yeah, I honestly, when you told me you were a bit flued up and stuff, I honestly think it's Everton. Everton are running you down, and what we need is a win against Doncaster to boost you back up for your holiday, and then Oasis to just listen to on holiday, getting you ready to listen to Oasis.
Oh, well, it's a good point,
can't
actually.
go wrong.
It's a good point because there's an international break while I'm away, so Everton can't possibly ruin my holiday, which is phenomenal, really, when you think about it.
I wouldn't guarantee that, mate, because one of the Everton players will come out on social media and do something, or probably bump into a fan, or something. A takeover will happen. Some texter or freaking something will happen with a takeover, which we haven't talked about much. Something always bad can happen with Everton, even over the international break, Rob. Of course it can. But what I do want to say and what I do want to finish on, right? And I have tried to say this a couple of times, and me and Caswell said it, and Rob's agreed with it as well, is we just need to put those 2 games behind us and start winning games and be happy again. So we need to beat Doncaster and then go into the Bournemouth game, beat Bournemouth, and we've won 2 games on the bounce, and it's all good then. Love the support. Love it when people do this, you know, because
we ain't telling people to do this, but when you support us like this, onwards and upwards, need to get a performance result and pick for Bournemouth. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Thanks for supporting us. Right, get the little one to say bye-bye. What's his name again? Sorry, Rob.
Now, this is Bobby, and he's going to say bye-bye to everybody. You ready?
Bye-bye.
What a name.
Bye-bye.
wave and say Everton.
Everton.
Good lads.
Everton. Love it, Bobby.
There we go.
Bobby is the man.
Yeah. So
What a
please
name.
God, everybody
Right.
enjoy the game tomorrow, and if we do a live stream, I'm sure I'll be jumping in the comments to let you know how it's all going. So yeah, look, let's all fingers crossed and we get the job done.
Come on, Everton. Let's get back on track. Let's be happy. Drop the banner now.